baseball drama to this page, but at the same time, a lot of people ask me the same questions over and over again. Colin, what's happening to my subscription, and why is YouTube always kicking you off? So from time to time, we actually have to sit down and just talk about it. But at the same time, instead of just talking, I've got a lot of good crazy videos in here that we can use kind of as backdrop while I talk over them. And we'll do that. Then I'm going to show you a few things. Then at the end, I'll just run a few news stories connected to these videos that you just saw, even though the videos are mostly self-explanatory. So the big thing everybody writes to me about is their subscriptions. Colin, what's going on with my subscription? Good Lord, who knows? It's like YouTube is like Coca-Cola, the formula for Coca-Cola. It's a secret. Nobody knows how things move around in there, like Google. But I'm gonna make a video to show you guys how to make sure your subscription is where you want it to be, and B, how to make sure you get notifications from me, how to click the box to get notifications from me when I post a new video. But I'll tell you right now, my videos come out at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. period. Once in a while we do one in the middle and the greatest hits, and if it's something really hot, I'll put that out too as soon as I get it. Most of the time though, it's 8 a.m., 8 p.m. I'm really trying to judge the appetite people have for these things. I don't want anybody to OD on them. And anyway, because I'm very grateful for your attention here. And I'm very grateful for all the stuff you guys do to share, like, subscribe, and contribute to me on PayPal. So we're going to do that. I'll show you that. Plus, I also want to show you a little bit about email. How email is so critical to what we're doing here, because no matter what kind of silly games, YouTube plays with your subscription, plays with throttling the views on my channel, plays with monetizing or demonetizing the videos. We can fight. The best way to fight that is to make sure you and I have a direct connection on email. So let's get into that right now. Here's the video. Well, here's the video on what's up with the subscriptions, how to subscribe, and how to do the emails. Okay, let's get started. First of all, if we're going to check our subs to make sure it's not YouTube's fault, and oh yeah, we're going to heap a lot of blame on YouTube here in a few minutes, but let's just get started. The first thing, you have to be signed into your account. So I'm signed in. All you have to do to sign in is have a Gmail account. Easy to do. Okay, so you sign into your account. Now let's make sure we're subbed, but we're also going to take it one level further. Oh, look at this. There's a little story, a little video, one of my favorites, about First Lady Michelle Obama at Tuskegee University commencement address. Remember that one? About the clerks who watched every move we made, the people who crossed the street, that burden she was bearing. Let's go check this video out. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Okay, so look, it says subscribe there, right? That's all we're going to do. You have to make sure you hit subscribe. Boom. Now, check this out. See that bell? The bell appeared. The bell was not there before. Hit the bell. Bam. Check the box. Bam. Save. Bam. Okay, that will make sure we're trying to YouTube proof this subscription process, right? But listen, YouTube has been getting thousands and thousands of complaints from creators like me, and I have lost thousands of subscribers. I have hundreds and hundreds of emails telling me this. How many people keep coming back? Colin, I've subscribed 3, 4, 5 times. They keep kicking me off. What's going on? Well, I don't know anything that's going on other than the obvious that all over the internet, people are talking about how Google is demonetizing the deplorable accounts. Throttling down the traffic to the deplorable accounts. They did a video on this about a month ago where YouTube actually said, hey, we're not unsubscribing anybody. And they had a guy and a girl on a couch look at each other, and they basically looked at each other and shrugged their shoulders and said, we're not doing nothing. So something weird is happening with the subscriptions. There's no doubt about that. And so that's just one way we can kind of try to get the most out of our YouTube subscription. So we subscribe, Click the bell, click the box, boom. But we really have to build in a few more fail safes because, as you guys know by now, YouTube is, let's just say they're a little finicky about who they like having post videos on their channel. So really, we're going to keep doing two or three videos a day here for a long time. But we're also going to gradually shift over to ColinFlaherty.com, and we'll have another place host the videos, and it'll be a whole new thing. Lots of great commentaries and comments from you guys. I'm counting on that there. But in the meantime, we've got to do something that's very important. I have to ask you to do something that's very important. I need you to subscribe to my email newsletter that I send out a couple times a week, a couple times a month, as necessary or as desired. But we know the stakes are too high now for us. We have to stay in touch. That's what this email is about. So here you are. I just punched us into ColinFlaherty.com. Go to subscribe. All you got to do is put in your email address, your first name, hit subscribe. When that happens, you'll receive a confirmation email saying, "Oh yeah, you're going to get your free email ebook and email really soon." All you got to do is confirm. You have to confirm the subscription, and I'm not even 100% sure. I've got a lot of balls in the air here, so I'm not 100% sure that part of this is still functioning. If anybody wants that ebook, just let me know. I'll send it to you. But it's an ebook, a free ebook of the knockout game that I was providing for people as incentives to sign up for my newsletter. This is really important. If you're on my newsletter, nobody can get between you and me and what we are trying to do together, period. You might also want to go over to my Twitter account. My Twitter is Colin Flaherty, @ColinFlaherty, very simple. And also, Facebook offers the same kind of deal as YouTube. You can here's the directions to how do you turn notifications on or off for pages that I follow. And this is pretty simple. So if you go to my YouTube, my Facebook page, which is, if you put in Colin Flaherty on Facebook, you'll see me. Or if you put in WG Bleed a Lot, Facebook.com/WG Bleed a Lot, that'll take you to my kind of like the page I spend most time on. That's more of a business page as opposed to a personal page, but they both have the same material on them. Anyway, so you can do the same there. Just follow these directions, click a box or two, boom, you'll be getting my Facebook posts. Facebook is not like YouTube. Just because you sign up for somebody's Facebook page, like if you have 100 friends, if you have 100 friends, like say you have 100 friends and you post something on Facebook, how many of your friends get that in their timeline? Could be as few as 10 or 15. It's not 100. Facebook is like a Google search, right? They want to know, do you really want to receive something from Colin? So what they do is they're looking at, when you check out my posts, they're looking to see if you share, if you like, if you're a friend, if you comment, if you watch the videos, how long you watch the videos, and stuff like that. And if you are on my Facebook page, do all those things, that will increase the likelihood that you will get my information from Facebook as well. I mean, let's be honest. And I don't like to bring a lot of drama to this page, but I think I have to tell you what's really going on. I mean, this YouTube channel is under constant attack from people who want to shut us up. Isn't it amazing when a liberal comes at you? They don't want to prove you're wrong. They want to shut you up. And that never ceases to astonish me. And that's what's happening here. We take on all comers. We let the trolls come on the page. Unless they drop an F-bomb, N-bomb, J-bomb, or say something obscene or vulgar, then we kick them off. We kick everybody off for that. And but it's just amazing. If we were wrong, how easy would it be to show it? I mean, 2 + 2 = 4 doesn't equal 2 + 2 does not equal 5. If we were doing the 2 + 2 = 5 thing, how hard would that be to show? Essentially, we've talked about this. There's only three answers. One, it's not happening. Well, it is happening. Could we show on video? Two, white people do it too. Well, that's the thing that should be the easiest to show. If white people are doing this too, this is the most heartfelt, by the way, from the trolls. They just know that white people are out there doing all this stuff we're showing on all these videos. They know it. But when we ask them to bring the videos, all of a sudden, all we see is something from 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And the third thing they can say is white people deserve it. I mean, that's not really an argument, though, is it? All right, enough of the drama. Let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing here, which is exposing this black mob violence, black on white crime, wildly out of proportion, and exposing the reporters and public officials who are in denial, deceit, and delusion about it, all without racism, without rancor, without apology. Here's a story, as they say on TV, we see all too often. A guy apparently from Texas, guy from Kansas drove up to Kansas City, Missouri, looking for love in all the wrong places, made a date to meet a young lady there. He gets there, he is robbed, beaten, stabbed 20 times in the head, neck, and back, wrapped in a tarp and dumped in a field. Yes, he did die. Ditto down in Fort Worth. We don't know how this black guy knew this young white lady, but he did. But within a month of meeting her on some level, somewhere, he killed her. These came in like within an hour. Yeah, I'm just telling you, it takes a long time for people to do the numbers. It takes a long time for them to put those numbers together. I'm telling you right now, there's something going on right now. I've never had a longer backlog of really nasty business in my computer. Never. And I don't think it's just that we're getting really good at finding it. We just did a black on murder one the other day. It's like had a dozen of these. Now we've got two more. So something's going on. And the reason you're watching this is the reason I make these videos is because we want to make sure people know about it. Let's get to the two final clips here of stuff we've already seen.
Well, this story is getting plenty of attention. Cleveland police are searching for a very impatient mom.
Impatient to say the least. Security video capturing her pulling out a gun in a barber shop. Police say she threatened the barber for taking too long to cut her son's hair. Ian Yorker here with the video and the details. See ya.
This woman pulled the gun out of her purse and told the barber, quote, "I got 2 clips, I'll pop you." The situation had everyone in the barbershop stunned. Take a look at how it all went down. Check out this surveillance video from Allstate Barber College in Cleveland. You can see this woman to the left of the screen talking to the barbers, cutting her son's hair. Next, you see her pull a gun out of her purse, point it towards them, and tell them she was tired of waiting and it was taking too long. Student barber Al Pugh says he was shook.
You don't know what people is thinking. So, yeah, she could have shot me or maybe even shot her son. So, yeah.
The barbers calmed her down and she left the shop with her kids. No one was hurt, but they tell me the entire incident was bizarre.
She shouldn't pull a gun out. Her life wasn't threatened. There was no reason for her to pull out a gun.
They called police, but detectives haven't found the woman. Al says he can't stop thinking about the woman's son sitting there in the chair.
He was just kind of numb to it. He didn't say anything. He didn't move. He was kind of numb to it.
Owner Michael D'Amico says the barbers did everything they could. He's been in business since the 1960s and says he doesn't want people to fear coming to his barbershop. He wants this angry mother off the streets.
Hopefully they'll get this lady and get her straightened out somehow. Okay. He surely couldn't be carrying a gun.
Al says he's just glad she didn't follow through on her threats and pop anyone, especially about something so trivial.
Over a haircut, a $6 haircut. A $6 haircut.
Now to an investigation into some troubling video that was caught on camera, a crime in South Jersey. Last week, half a dozen people kicked, stomped, and beat a woman as she tried in vain to protect her head and her face. Even more disturbing, police say the attack might be some sick form of entertainment. Action News reporter Bob Brooks is live in Millville for us this afternoon to get to the bottom of it. Bob.
Yeah, Alicia, when you see that video, you see just how disturbing it was. Neighbors in that where this happened tell me that it was in fact planned. The people were cheering it on when it happened. I'm told this all started on Facebook. You can see the victim is surrounded and hit repeatedly, again and again. Finally, the mob surrounding her is pulled away. Luckily, she's able to walk away from her injuries. This was the chaotic scene in the 100 block of South 3rd Street in Millville this past Wednesday. The video speaks for itself, but those who live here to have to witness this in person say it was heartbreaking.
It was just terrible. It was very terrible.
Not down there that day. It was just unacceptable.
Those who live here also say this is part of a bigger problem. They say this is what is being done here for entertainment on a regular basis.
You had people coming from other cities to come and watch this as the entertainment. And that's sad. You know, why? Because there's nothing out here for these kids.
That's what people wanted to see, a darn fight. They got right what they wanted, a fight. People need to grow up.
They also say fights like these are just the tip of the iceberg. That violence here is out of control, and they've lost faith in their neighbors to change.
This is baby Brooklyn. This Chicago.
We gotta think about the younger generation. We need help out here.
Frightening video just released today showing two men with rifles in North St. Louis. Police say these are the suspects who opened fire outside a market, killing two men and wounding a third. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve Savard.
And I'm Claire Kellett. Dozens of shell casings littered Page and Pendleton when we first brought you the news of this deadly shooting yesterday on News 4 at 4.
Police say bullets were flying everywhere, hitting 31-year-old Samuel Jackson and 21-year-old Jamie Connor, killing them both. And tonight, a third victim is still in the hospital. News 4's Justin Andrews tracked down a witness who describes the scene as chaotic. He's live in the Bomber Street Fleet at police headquarters. Justin?
Yes, Steve, this bold and scary video shows the suspects and the car they were in. Two men hop out with rifles and start shooting. But what could be even more horrifying than what the video captures is the sounds this witness heard.
Thunder. Boom, boom. It sounds like a cannon, really.
It was a steady sound Mr. Clyde Nebbit has never heard before, and a sight he hopes not to see again.
And they just kept going, and I was like, whoa. And then by that time, I seen the police and stuff, everybody started coming.
Frightening video just released today showing two men with rifles in North St. Louis. Police say these are the suspects who opened fire outside a market, killing two men and wounding a third. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve Savard.
And I'm Claire Kellett. Dozens of shell casings littered Page and Pendleton when we first brought you the news of this deadly shooting yesterday on News 4 at 4.
Police say bullets were flying everywhere, hitting 31-year-old Samuel Jackson and 21-year-old Jamie Connor, killing them both. And tonight, a third victim is still in the hospital. News 4's Justin Andrews tracked down a witness who describes the scene as chaotic. He's live in the Bomber Street Fleet at police headquarters. Justin?
Yes, Steve, this bold and scary video shows the suspects and the car they were in. Two men hop out with rifles and start shooting. But what could be even more horrifying than what the video captures is the sounds this witness heard.
Thunder. Boom, boom. It sounds like a cannon, really.
It was a steady sound Mr. Clyde Nebbit has never heard before, and a sight he hopes not to see again.
And they just kept going, and I was like, whoa. And then by that time, I seen the police and stuff, everybody started coming.
This video captures why. It was noon Monday when the gunfire started. 3 men were shot, 2 died on scene, the other fighting for his life. Now a manhunt is underway for these suspected killers, both with high-powered rifles.
Where they getting them from? Where they getting them from? You know, they ain't getting them away. And they had ammunition for them. I looked on the news, and the news showed they left about 50 shells down there.
Police say they found at least 60 shell casings and bullet holes now litter Mama Minnie's market. Investigators say the victims were shot by two men they didn't know who made their getaway in this Dodge Charger with tinted windows and chrome wheels. While police are still looking for the suspects, Mr. Nebbit is sick of the shootings, but says moving after 42 years won't solve anything.
Okay, thanks for sticking with me on this Inside Baseball. We're making a huge difference. I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I am tooting your horn. I am telling you, if you're just one person that passes these videos around to 5 people or 10 people, you don't know where that's going to go. All I know is I was in Las Vegas 2 months ago and I pulled my car up to a relatively obscure valet parking. I got out and the guy goes, "Hey, you're Colin Flaherty." And it happened again a week later in San Diego down at Horton Plaza. The guy goes, "Hey, you're that YouTube guy." So don't worry about our subscription numbers. You know, most of the people who watch this channel are not subscribers. And it's been that way for a long time. But we're going to change that. We're going to convert you into a subscriber. We're going to get you on my email list. We're going to get you on my Twitter. We have to have a way to stay in touch. So if somebody in YouTube goes squirrely, you won't be thinking I disappeared, because I'm not disappearing. You're not disappearing, but most of all, we know this problem isn't disappearing because way too many people, they're not just ignoring it anymore. No, they're actively saying the opposite of the truth. Right now, it's Friday night on HBO. I think it's HBO. No, it's ABC. This is a full-on ABC presentation about the uprising in Los Angeles 25 years ago, Rodney King. It's all about the black people who had an uprising. They weren't engaged in criminal activity. They had an uprising because of all this white racism that was keeping them down for so long. I mean, it was obvious they were going to pop, right? That's the kind of fairy tale we hear. That is part of the greatest lie of our generation. You and I are trying to set right. I'm very proud to be doing it with you, even if it does make a few black kids angry.